Operation Ugatuzi is the one to defend devolution in Kenya. And we have done a lot of research and found out that the one most big barrier to devolution is corruption. And the people who should fight corruption is EACC. EACC is a stumbling block in defending corruption, and therefore devolution has devolved corruption, but not devolved resources, have not devolved development. So why am I saying so? Here in Taita Taveta, look at how beautiful the sky looks like. Look at the hills and the mountains, the game park. It's a very rich resource, county. Taita Taveta has very little low population, but a lot of resources. Why are they still seeing poverty, no schools, nothing? It's because of corruption. We in Taita Taveta, using civil society, 2 years ago, unearthed an embezzlement of funds in Taita County government. As whistleblowers, we presented a report to EACC. They took 2 years doing nothing. Now, 1 month ago, we wrote a letter to the EACC asking them the status of investigation of those corruption allegations. We were so shocked, in fact, we were left in tears when we received a letter endorsed and written to Operation Ugatuzi leader stating that the information provided by whistleblower was too generic, that cannot go forward. Now, my question to the EACC here in Mombasa, which is the regional headquarters, and the headquarters in the office, because the letter came from the head office, is whistleblower's role to investigate corruption? A whistleblower should blow the whistle to allow you now investigate. Why do you tell us that we should give you more information if we need to go on with the case? Remember, EACC receives 12 billion shillings per year to investigate and prosecute cases. Poor people from Taita Taveta who are volunteers, where do they get money to give you clear evidence to prosecute corruption? So you are abdicating your obligation, and we want to take this matter forward. We will assemble a civil society, go to EACC, and demand answers face to face in Nairobi. We will do this thing in 1 week's time, today being Thursday, before next Thursday. Now that there's no mandamano for political interest, now we are going to do mandamano against corruption. We do not care about what is happening in Parliament. We want to know that we have our rights. And I want to ask Mr. Ndiema, Mr. Ndiema, for God's sake, you come from Taita Taveta. Charity begins at home. You cannot allow corruption in your county, and you are sitting at the headquarters in Nairobi, enjoying all the goodies there, all the transport, all the benefits of that office, and your people are poor, and their wealth is being stolen by the people who are giving you all whatever you are doing in Nairobi. So, Mr. Ndiema, begin with Taita Taveta County. We want to ensure that Taita Taveta is free of corruption. And I want to ask the current governor, Mr. Mwadime, I'm telling you, we are not your enemies as civil society. We are your brothers. I want you to understand how corruption works. I want you to come and work with civil society. I have here, I have Mr. Malusha here, Mr. Babu. I have everybody here from Taita Taveta County. I want us to sit together so that you understand the historical corruption in Taita Taveta that we know of. Present them to you. We work together so that we can free, together with you, cooperating with you, free Taita Taveta of the corruption which is bringing us down. We cannot have all these massive resources. Taita Taveta is blessed by things that only God knows how. Remember, our land has been taken, 60% is a national park. The rest is remaining taken by the guys doing ranching. And only 19% of the land now belongs to us. So if even money coming from Kisumu, from Nairobi is being taken, what are we remaining with? So we're asking you, His Excellency the Governor, work with the civil society if you are serious that you want to finish corruption. We work together, and when we are together, we actually can bargain for the development of Taita Taveta. But if you are divided, we shall be able to only beg. The community, Operation Ugatuzi wrote a letter, and Malusha, you can put to record. We sent a letter to the governor. We sent a letter to the speaker. We sent a letter to the leader of the county assembly. we addressed the letter asking those questions. Up to now, they have not gotten back. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't want to fight, because sometimes some war you win by not fighting. We want to sit down with the governor. Malusha will ask this appointment. We sit down and see what are the issues. Are there areas we can support him with evidence if he wants? But the issues were glaring, that the money was misused. We want them to carry on what is called a life audit in each and every one of those members mentioned. Just the same way we're asking from EACC to do a life audit of that person who has been mentioned. We are being told that he's living beyond his means. And we want to see whether his income can actually finance that lifestyle. So a lifestyle audit must be carried, and we want to ask the governor that the county assembly speaker respond to us what the letter we wrote and gave you all evidence of all the things which were glaring. Give us a report, and again, Malusha, we can put this one very clearly that in 2 weeks' time, because next week we shall be in Nairobi, going to EACC to present our petition now as a crowd. Remember, civil society has collected 7.8 million signatures to amend the constitution, so we have numbers. And I'm talking about not one civil society. Operation Ugatuzi is an umbrella body of all civil societies. We'll bring them, doctors, teachers, all the unions, the ones in health. We'll merge to an integrity house to tell them there is no integrity. Anything in Kenya that begins with the word integrity, it means that's where there is no integrity. Just like independent boundaries and the election commission. It means there's no independence, because even the president said they were manipulated in the August election last year. Anything that begins with democratic in Africa is where there's no democracy. Anywhere where they say no corruption is where corruption is. So we will go and implant integrity inside Integrity House, because there's none. But the governor even has tried to victimize some people who were in the previous administration and trying to reward those who are his loyalists. This is not good governance, because everybody is from Taita Taveta County. We are all from here. We should be treated equally. Whether so-and-so voted for you, didn't vote for you, didn't support you, supported you, get people jobs based on merit. Young people are outside there who have never stolen anybody's property. They are poor, they're looking for jobs, and you're putting corrupt, incompetent people inside the organization. We are calling upon you to just use merit. Taita Taveta belongs to everybody, and Taita Taveta is a very welcoming county. Let us see it also in the county offices, that are also welcoming people in the county, people from all sides of the divide, whether they support it or not.
All right. Maybe to clarify something, there was a mention of Ndiema is the regional boss Mombasa. The EACC commissioner, who is at Taita, is Mr. Mshimba. I know you know that, because you are based here. And then on the World War I, I think, to be fair, the governor, to give it to him, the governor took immediate decision to suspend the 4 senior staff, his advisors, who were accused to have been involved in the World War I corruption. So we are waiting. What we are saying is, hatuna imani na EACC regional coast region. Hatuna imani nayo. So even the governor has taken a decision, yes, that is one. But we are saying we are calling for multi-agency approach to the investigations being carried out in Taita. Apart from EACC, we are saying that the DCI should join the team, and also the internal structures, the county audit committee. Hatuna imani because sasa hii barua ya juzi umeiona. Ni jambo sana la kutamausha baada ya miaka miwili, ya kwanza. Let me make it clear kwamba ile barua ilikuwa inajibu Lokorito and Company Advocates. There was a petitioner who did a petition through Lokorito and Company Advocates. So that was a response. That was a response to Lokorito and Company Advocates. Because in the same month, in December, EACC Mombasa team were here on the ground. They carried out investigation. So EACC Nairobi should communicate with EACC Mombasa, because EACC Nairobi is telling us that the petitioner did not support his petition with enough backup, with enough information to warrant investigation. But again, EACC Mombasa came here on the ground. They involved the CSOs. They involved the public. Mwananchi was involved. They gave us commitments, because we told them, sisi tumezoea mnakuja pata kaba mmekuja kuchukua Christmas. But they told us, no, this one, we will see it that it happens to the end. And the investigation they promised will also include lifestyle audit. So there's a mismatch between this letter from EACC Nairobi and the position. That's why we want to know. And we'll be doing letters. I think our national leader said we'll also do a letter to EACC Mombasa to tell them whether to confirm if that is also their positions. Because they were here in December. They carried out investigations. Yeah. I want that to go on record. An investigation which EACC Nairobi said the information they had, they could not, it could not warrant any investigation. So we want, what we are humbly calling for is feedback on the findings of investigations done by EACC Mombasa.
And
Mr. Ndiema and team.
And what is critical here, the main thing which is critical here, yes. Somebody is given 12 billion per year to investigate, and they are not investigating. We want to know where are they spending this money, 12 billion shillings. Yes. Because you are given 12 billion, then you're asking a whistleblower to investigate on your behalf. Which means they are subcontracting investigations to the whistleblowers. Whistleblowers don't give budgets unless we check in their budget that they are putting their budget for whistleblowers. We will take that budget and give them evidence. If they can't use the 12 billion, let them give it to us. We use it.
Okay, all right.